this area with the Royal Commission, with Jubail, goes back a long, long time, almost as long perhaps as the Royal Commission itself. That's 40 years, which is when I came to Saudi Arabia. Okay, I'd like to say how impressed I was then with the Royal Commission and what it was setting out to achieve, and the plan that it put into practice and has stayed steadfast with all over these 40 years, and the progress that it's made, quite remarkable. I think a lot of this is because the Royal Commission is self-governing. The Royal Commission speaks for itself, stands up for itself, and decides for itself really what it's going to do, and it does so with great wisdom. So I'm very, very impressed. The scale of the projects here, magnificent, mind-blowing, and an absolute pillar for your Vision 2030.
We had the pleasure today of visiting the Royal Commission area here in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai City, and I would say that I have been so overwhelmed with the opportunities here. I think it's absolutely amazing, the plans and how they're carried out, and very diligently also with sustainability for the city, sustainability in the sense of the planning for both the environment, for the social scene, and also for good governance, really, under a great leadership of the CEO.
You know, you guys were foreseeing things, 5, 10, 20 years down the line, and these are not rushed projects. There's a lot of thought that goes into it in terms of the the population as a whole, the future, and in terms of trying to move away from being so dependent on just oil and move into other areas, but really trying to build a whole ecosystem that will help your local population in the years ahead. And I really feel there's a real excitement from the locals that we met, but also from the investment community that's come out here. We've all been ahead, and I really feel there's a real excitement from the locals that we met, but also from the investment community that's come out here. We've all been very impressed with the manner in which you're doing things, not just the speed, but the manner, and like I said before, really the thoughtfulness that goes behind it.
A day here, very interesting, across Jubail 1 and the Jubail 2 for the future, so really fascinating story, and huge success already. I think what is different, probably two things. One is the size of each project. If industrial project, the size of each is really massive, and the other thing is the concept, right? It's all in one, so it's very good for the people, it's very efficient for the companies, and that, I think, is unique.
I'm fascinated that you have a 40-year plan and you're sticking to it, and that it hasn't changed over the years apart from being adapted to new technologies, but that you're being able to follow the vision through. I'm also very interested to see, I like the bit where we went underground the city and we saw the infrastructure and how they're allowing to build and for new technologies in the future. I was impressed with the promenade and the seaside and the quality of life that the inhabitants obviously have here. Petrochemicals, logistics, a very modern port, nice quality of life, and a focused vision. A 40-year plan, but Vision 2030.